Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you today? May you always be healthy and full of blessings. Before starting, let's start by reciting a prayer. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. May this prayer be a way for us to get intercession from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the Day of Judgment. Ameen. Hello Muslim friends, meet again with the Islamic Lantern channel. Before we continue, it would be nice if we support this channel by clicking the subscribe, like, comment, and share buttons. Come on, let's listen to the story. Who would have thought that the city, long known as the world's entertainment center, home to Hollywood and famous celebrities, would begin to embrace Islam and its growing presence? Los Angeles, the glittering city synonymous with the Western world, is now filled with traces of Islam. Halal restaurants have sprung up everywhere. Is this a sign of major change in the superpower country? Here are some surprising facts about how Islam is growing rapidly in the heart of America. Peace be upon you, my friends. Welcome to this channel. May you all always be blessed with health and prosperity. The rise of Islam in Los Angeles is a phenomenon that may not be widely known, but it is very interesting to think about. How is it that, in the middle of Los Angeles, a city famous for its modern lifestyle, Islam is flourishing? But before we continue, don't forget to support this channel by pressing the like button, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss our next content. Halal restaurants are mushrooming, and the Muslim community is becoming increasingly active in various social activities. Not only that, but more and more Native Americans are beginning to learn about Islam, some even choosing to convert. One viral story is about a Native American named Joshua. He once had no knowledge of Islam and even held negative views about the religion. However, after befriending a Muslim and studying Islam from various sources, he finally decided to convert. For him, Islam was the answer to his long search for the meaning of life. Now he is part of the Muslim community in Los Angeles and actively shares his newfound faith with fellow Americans. Stories like Joshua's are not isolated incidents. They continue to happen in various parts of Los Angeles. Subhanallah, it is truly extraordinary. Islam has the power to touch anyone's heart, even in a country where Islamic teachings were once unfamiliar. Los Angeles, often abbreviated as Halal, is known as the city of dreams for many people. This city is the center of the world's entertainment industry. Hollywood stars were born and raised from all over the sky, and life here is so dynamic. However, amidst all of that, there is a phenomenon that is starting to steal attention. Islam, a religion that was once considered foreign in America, is now growing and developing in Los Angeles. When we talk about Los Angeles, many immediately think of the famous Hollywood icons of B. Hilliman. But did you know that behind the splendor of this city, there are hundreds of mosques and Islamic study centers that continue to grow rapidly? In fact, in the last few decades, the number of Muslims in this city has increased significantly. This phenomenon is certainly not a coincidence, but the result of several factors that have made Islam increasingly accepted in American society, especially in Los Angeles. Many people are beginning to realize that Islam is not just a religion, but also a lifestyle that brings peace and deep meaning to its adherents. In the midst of this unprecedented chaos, more and more people are seeking peace, and Islam is here as an answer to our doubts. If we talk about Los Angeles, maybe 50 years ago, it was still minimal in the presence of Islam. But now Los Angeles has become home to one of the largest Muslim communities in the United States. There are thousands of mosques and various Muslims who are studying Islam and deciding to become converts. This change certainly attracts the world's attention. How is it possible that in a city so strongly tied to the entertainment industry and modern life, Islam is growing rapidly? Is this a sign that Islam will become increasingly popular in the United States? Or is this just another way to make money? Islam is one of the fastest growing religions in the United States, and Los Angeles is one of its centers of development. If we look at the latest data, the number of Muslims in Los Angeles is now estimated to have reached more than 500,000 people. This number continues to increase every year and comes not only from Muslim immigrants from the Middle East, South Asia, or Africa, but also from Native Americans who are starting to be interested in Islam. This fact certainly surprises many. Why do so many people end up choosing Islam in a country known as a center of freedom and individualism? One answer is that many Americans are starting to question the meaning of life. In the midst of a fast-paced and materialistic modern life, they feel something is missing. They start looking for answers to deep questions about life, and many of them find Islam to be a religion that provides peace of mind and clear meaning in life. Not only that, but the increase in the number of Muslims in Los Angeles is also supported by the growing number of Islamic educational institutions. In Los Angeles, we can find various Islamic schools that provide education based on Islamic values for children. This is happening because the Muslim generation has the ability to teach and educate in an environment that aligns with our values. In the media, there are many Muslim influencers who are from the United States. As Muslims in this regard, many people are interested in studying Islam, even from the opposite sex. This is because in Los Angeles, the number of mosques that stand majestically in the middle of the city is increasing. In the past, mosques could only be found in certain areas inhabited by the Muslim community. Now, large mosques are starting to stand in the city center. Among the skyscrapers, this shows that Islam has become part of the life of the people in Los Angeles. One of the largest and most famous mosques in Los Angeles, King Fahd Mosque, is not only a place of worship, but also a center for Islamic studies. It often holds various religious events and discussions with other communities. This mosque has beautiful architecture with a typical Middle Eastern design that reflects the greatness of Islam. Besides that, there is also the Islamic Center of Southern California, which functions as a center for Muslim activities in Los Angeles. Muslims carry out studies and discussions in these mosques, making Islam no longer something foreign in Los Angeles. Islam has become part of the life of the people in this city, and the mosques that stand majestically in the middle of the city are symbols of this development. It cannot be denied that one of the main factors in the development of Islam in Los Angeles is the increasing number of Native Americans who choose to convert to Islam. They come from various backgrounds, ranging from academics and professional workers to former religious figures from other beliefs. One interesting story is about Joshua, an American man who used to have no connection with Islam. After meeting a Muslim who gave him a book about Islam, he began to be interested in learning more. The more he read, the more he felt that Islam was a religion that made sense and provided answers to questions that had haunted him. Joshua decided to say the Shahada and become a Muslim. This was a big step in his life. This phenomenon is one of the main factors why Islam is growing in the United States. Hollywood has long been known as the center of the world's entertainment industry, where blockbuster films are born and watched by billions of people around the world. But who would have thought that behind the scenes of this glittering film industry, Islam has also begun to show its influence? If we look back a few decades, the representation of Muslims in Hollywood films was often negative, depicting them as terrorists, villains, or characters that were far from reality. But now, that trend is starting to change. More and more actors, actresses, and film industry workers are embracing Islam, or at least starting to understand this religion better. Names like Mahershala Ali, who won the Academy Award, and Mike Tyson, the world boxing legend who converted to Islam, have become an inspiration to many people. They prove that being a Muslim is not an obstacle to success in the entertainment industry. It can even be a force that brings them closer to the meaning of life. Besides that, we can also see a change in the narrative of films involving Muslim characters. Hollywood is starting to be more aware of the importance of fairer and more realistic representation for Muslims. Films and TV series featuring Muslim characters with more positive stories are increasingly emerging. Not only that, but the Muslim community in Los Angeles is also becoming more active in the world of art and creativity, from the music industry to independent films. This fact shows that the influence of Islam in America, especially in Los Angeles, has entered various aspects of life, not only in religious aspects, but also in the fields of culture and entertainment. More and more Muslims are pursuing careers in Hollywood, without having to sacrifice their beliefs. They still perform prayers, fast in the month of Ramadan, and live life as Muslims proudly, even in environments that previously may not have been so accepting of Islamic values. This has had a big impact in the eyes of the world. Previously, Islam was misunderstood by Western society because of biased media. Now, Islam is starting to be introduced in a more positive way through Muslim figures in the entertainment world. With the increasing number of Muslims who are successful in Hollywood, people are starting to understand that Islam is not an exclusive or closed religion, but a universal teaching that brings peace to anyone who practices it. One of the biggest factors driving the development of Islam in Los Angeles is the influence of social media. In the current digital era, information can spread quickly in just a matter of seconds. This also applies to Islamic preaching. In the past, Islam in America may have only been known through books or lectures in small mosques, but now Islamic preaching has entered the digital world, where many Muslim influencers are active on platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. They share their experiences as Muslims in America, provide education about Islamic teachings, and dispel misunderstandings that have been inherent in Western society. For example, there are many Muslim content creators who discuss various aspects of life as a Muslim in America. Some share their experiences of fasting in a predominantly non-Muslim environment. Others document their spiritual journey in finding Islam. Some even create reaction content featuring people reading the Quran for the first time. Content like this often goes viral and attracts the attention of many people. Not a few end up curious, start to find out more about Islam, and some even end up converting to Islam after watching preaching videos on social media. Social media is also an effective tool in building a Muslim community in America. Now, Muslims in Los Angeles no longer feel alone or isolated because they can easily interact with fellow Muslims in various parts of the world. Through Facebook groups, online discussion forums, and Muslim community applications, they can share knowledge, support each other, and strengthen Islamic brotherhood. With the existence of social media, Islam in America is no longer seen as something foreign or distant. Instead, Islam becomes more accessible, closer to everyday life, and more positively recognized. Islam in America, especially in Los Angeles, is developing in a unique way, different from Muslim countries in the Middle East or Asia. Islam in America. Islam in America adapts to local culture without losing the essence of its teachings. For example, in terms of clothing, many Muslim women in Los Angeles still wear the hijab in a modern style that aligns with fashion trends in America, but still covers their aurat. Likewise, in terms of food, many halal restaurants still present typical American menus, such as burgers and steaks, but with ingredients that comply with Islamic law. In the field of work, many Muslims have succeeded in building careers in large companies in America while still practicing their religion with full confidence. Several companies have even started to provide prayer rooms in the workplace, giving permission to Muslim employees to fast and honor Islamic holidays such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Islam is not only developing among Muslims, but is also becoming known and respected by non-Muslim communities. Many churches and Christian communities are now opening dialogues with the Muslim community to foster understanding and build harmonious relationships. Even several well-known universities in Los Angeles have provided courses on Islam to give students a deeper understanding. In this way, Islam in America is not just a religion growing in quantity, but is also increasingly accepted culturally and socially by society. One of the most interesting phenomena of the development of Islam in Los Angeles is the increasing number of Muslim women who confidently wear the hijab in public places, including in the workplace and educational institutions. In the past, wearing the hijab in America could be a significant challenge. Many Muslim women fear discrimination or different treatment because of their appearance. However, the situation is beginning to change. The hijab movement in America is growing, and many Muslim women are proud to wear the hijab as part of their identity, Several Muslim celebrities and public figures have also helped popularize the hijab in America. They show that the hijab is not a symbol of backwardness, but rather a symbol of freedom and choice. They aim to prove that a Muslim woman can be successful in any field without having to give up her Islamic identity. Now, many big fashion brands are releasing collections of Muslim clothing, including the hijab and clothing that is in accordance with Sharia principles. This shows that the existence of Muslims in America is increasingly recognized by the global fashion industry. One phenomenon that is increasing is the number of Muslims who are drawn to the Quran. Some of them even admit to being touched by the beauty of the language of the Quran and the spiritual messages contained in it. Many mosques and Islamic centers in Los Angeles provide introductory Islamic classes for anyone who wants to learn about Islam and the Quran. This helps many people understand Islam better and eliminate the misunderstandings that exist. With this phenomenon, it is clear that Islam is not only growing in number, but also in greater understanding among American society. Ramadan is a very active month for Muslims worldwide, not only in Los Angeles. Even though this city is known as the world's entertainment center, the glitz and glamour of Ramadan still feel warm and full of happiness for the community. It becomes a month where they can further strengthen their faith, build brotherhood with others, and share kindness with the wider community. If we walk around several areas with a large Muslim population, such as around Culver City, Anaheim, and Inglewood, we can find various typical Ramadan activities held in large mosques, such as the Islamic Center of California and King Fahd Mosque. At night, Muslims gather at the mosque to perform Taraweeh prayers, listen to religious lectures, and break their fast together in an atmosphere of togetherness. Several restaurants and cafes in Los Angeles are now starting to provide special Ramadan menus for Muslim customers. Some halal restaurants are even open late at night to serve customers who want to have sahur before fasting. There are even several food trucks around downtown LA that are starting to sell Middle Eastern and South Asian specialties for breaking the fast. Not only that, but the Muslim community in Los Angeles is also active in social activities during the month of Ramadan. Many Islamic organizations hold food-sharing programs for the homeless, donations to orphanages, and Islamic education campaigns for non-Muslims who want to know more about Ramadan. There are even several churches and interfaith communities that participate in sharing activities during Ramadan as a form of solidarity and tolerance between religions. With the development of the Muslim community and the increasing recognition of Ramadan in the United States, this holy month is no longer just a religious moment for Muslims, but also a part of the cultural diversity accepted in Los Angeles. Ramadan in Los Angeles is real evidence of how Islam can live side by side with other communities without losing its spiritual values. After a full month of fasting, Muslims in Los Angeles welcome Eid al-Fitr with great happiness. Eid al-Fitr is not only a day of victory, but also a moment when the Muslim community in Los Angeles shows their existence on a larger scale. Each year, thousands gather in various mosques and fields in Los Angeles to perform Eid prayers. One of the largest locations for Eid prayers is at Elysian Park near Dodger Stadium, where thousands of Muslims from various backgrounds gather to celebrate this blessed day together. After their prayers, they shake hands, forgive each other, and share happiness with others. What is unique about the celebration of Eid al-Fitr in Los Angeles is the diversity of cultures present in one celebration. The Muslim community in this city consists of various ethnicities, such as Arabs, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Indonesians, Turks, and even Native Americans who have converted to Islam. As a result, the typical Eid al-Fitr food served is very diverse, from Indonesian rendang and Middle Eastern kebabs to South Asian samosas, all present on one table to celebrate together. Not only that, but halal food is also widely available in various parts of Los Angeles, including in Muslim centers. These food events, along with discussions about the meaning of Eid, reflect the growing inclusivity of the Muslim community. This shows that Los Angeles is not only a city of entertainment, but also a city where diversity and tolerance continue to flourish, especially in the United States, where social dynamics challenge communities to adapt while maintaining their values. themselves with a Western lifestyle that often conflicts with Islamic teachings. But in the midst of these challenges, more and more Muslim women are rising up and showing that they can be successful without having to sacrifice their identity as Muslims. One inspiring example is the number of Muslim women who have now succeeded in pursuing careers in various fields, ranging from science, law, and business to entertainment. In Los Angeles, there are many Muslim communities engaged in advocacy and education. They help other Muslim women face the challenges of everyday life. They provide support for those who experience discrimination and hold various events that raise issues for Muslim women in America. One interesting phenomenon is that BR not only helps women, but also violates Islamic law. It provides guidance on the hijab and wears religious clothing. Muslim women's homes in Los Angeles also play an important role in building social peace. Many Islamic organizations are active in anti-discrimination campaigns, advocacy for immigrant rights, and social programs to help underprivileged communities. Mosques in Los Angeles are often a gathering place for various community groups to discuss and find solutions to various social problems. In addition, the Muslim community is also often involved in interfaith dialogue with the Christian, Jewish, and other religious communities. Together, they hold events that aim to erase negative stereotypes about Islam and strengthen interfaith relations. If we walk around several areas with a large Muslim population, such as around Culver City, Anaheim, and Inglewood, we can find various typical Ramadan activities held in large mosques, such as the Islamic Center of California and King Fahd Mosque. At night, Muslims gather at the mosque to perform Tarawih prayers, listen to religious lectures, and break their fast together in an atmosphere of togetherness. This is the end of our video. If you enjoy Islamic content like this, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.